The other day, there was like a realization I had, and it was when my honey was showing me something about myself, and it was putting it in perspective of like two versions of me. I named it Little Donna. Little Donna is when my ego shows up, my pride shows up, or when I just go into like a shell of shutting down, not communicating, and feeling like a victim. Yeah, just loser mentality. Okay, so it's ego, pride, or all this other stuff, and then other stuff before that, before this relationship.
What are you talking about?
The other day, when I was trying to tell you that, like, that Little Donna used to be Big Donna, right. But because Big Donna met you, I can't be Big Donna because you don't play that. Right. So Little Donna now is ego and pride, but right. Shuts down, be victim, can't communicate, all this other stuff. We were talking about it, and I think this is the part where you can maybe explain it for a little bit, and then I can go back into it.
So I'm gonna get some context. So, that's not what you're saying for.
Sorry.
So I'm gonna give some context. So we were picking up the kids from school. Hold on. Yo, don't be so loud. Hold on. I'm trying to make a video. You're too loud, sir. And sir, you're too loud. Hold on. But we're picking up the kids from school, and we're having a conversation, and a lot of times when conversations get a little too real for Lil Don Don start tripping, right?
Yes.
So then I'll look at her and I'll ask her questions, a series of questions to show her that she's tripping.
And these are conversations about like me as a person, like things I've done, the ways that I am, the negative things, the bad stuff. Yeah. Okay.
So we're talking about, I'm asking her questions about herself. Mm-hmm. Whether it's, I can't remember exactly what it was, but I'm asking her questions about stuff in the past, herself, her as a person. And when it gets a little too thick sometimes, Lil Donna come out and she shut down, she don't want to talk. Now the kicker is, once she's in there, she can't get out. Like, she knows she's doing it.
Yep.
She hate that she's doing it. She's shutting down. I mean, and I don't know if you care if I say this, but it looks childish.
Yep.
It looks like a teenage girl.
Yep.
Like shutting down, pouting and stuff. And something just comes to me. I've never said this to Donna before, ever. And I'm like, yo, it's two versions of you. There's two different Donnas. Mm-hmm. And the one Donna is the Donna that leads you astray. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That takes you somewhere you don't want to be. You hate being a person. You hate that you got yourself there. You hate that you're there. You hate that you can't get out. You hate that she said what she said. You hate that she's acting the way she acting. I asked her, I said, has that Donna ever did anything beneficial for you? Like ever in life? You go back 10 years, you go back 15 years, you go back 5 years. Has that Donna benefited your marriage? Has that Donna benefited you as a woman? Has that Donna benefited you as a mother, as a student, as an athlete, as whatever it is you are? Has that person ever gave you any benefits? And she says no. So then I started to realize, like, it's not just her. This is all of us. Like, we all have this other version of myself. And I gave her like scenarios of, I'm gonna say it's Josh and Joshua. And I explained to her, I gotta treat Joshua like the drunk uncle that comes over the house and causes chaos. Like, I can't let him in. I don't care how I feel about you. I don't care how many times you knock on the door. I don't care how loud you knocking at the door. I cannot let you in. And if you think you're gonna bang on this door and you think you're gonna cause chaos, I gotta put hands on you. Mm-hmm. Like, you gotta beat that other version of yourself down, because first of all, once you let him in the house, you ain't getting that nigga out. Mm-hmm. Like, once you let him in the house, he ain't getting out until he's ready to go. Mm-hmm. He's gonna overpower me. So I learned over the years for myself, and I never even put it in this type of perspective, even though I talk about it. I say it a lot, you know what I mean? That I know who I am. I know how scary that other version of myself is. I know what happens anytime I let him in the door. And I say, yo, I do everything I gotta do on a day-to-day basis. Not when he shows up. Before he shows up, I put up the barriers. Before he shows up, I know how to respond. Before he shows up, I know how to act. And then, so that conversation made you start to get a different perspective on how to get past yourself.
Because when you were saying it, it wasn't putting it, it made it two people. Made it two people for me. So with my ego, I realized with my ego does nothing for me, but does nothing to fulfill me. After all that stuff is over, yeah, during the time ego is going on, that stuff feels good. You choose ego and you feel good. You feel, you know, like you the man right now. But afterwards, you feel depleted. What he was saying, where it was like two different people, it really resonated with me because it separated the stuff that I'm ashamed of, the stuff that I don't like about me, from who I want to be completely, like who I am when I'm not in my ego. Him telling me that I gotta keep her at bay, I gotta keep that door shut for her to not come in, just was like, okay, that made more sense in my head, that I can do this. Like at first I didn't feel, before he said this stuff, there were times where it felt like I just couldn't, like that little person was all me and I couldn't change anything about it. That it was me, it was never going to go anywhere. I didn't have any control over it or anything like that. But when he put it into a perspective like that, he made it more easy. And I think what you were saying, remember you said about you took the blame in a sense off of me. Yeah,
so before you looked at it like I'm talking to you and I'm putting you down and you feel shameful.
Right.
Well, when we split the two, you felt okay with being somebody else, something else. Let me put it in perspective.
Yeah.
You don't like if I tell you you're childish. Right. But you're okay with me saying Little Donna's childish.
Little Donna's showing up.
She's being childish. Yeah.
So when you pull that out, in sense, it's like, okay, now there's something, it's a thing, or it's something that I can almost not see, because you can't see it, but it's something that I can grasp and now remove.
And define what's going on.
Right.
Remember I was saying that to you the other day. You got to be able to define exactly what you're doing.
Right.
And why you're doing it. So that helps you define exactly the activities and the actions.
Yeah. So with being able to do that and be able to remove her, now I can be in control. You know, now I can control. Now I feel like I can control it. Right. And when you were saying about like not letting that person in your house, basically. So
the drunk uncle.
The drunk uncle. Okay. So my little drunk uncle, my little drunk auntie, little Donna, I can't let her in because, for one, the way she acts and the way she is and what she wants and things that she desires and stuff, that's not what my husband wants. And I want my husband. That's not someone that can be around my kids to teach my kids. And I don't want that for my kids. And like, it's just, everything about her just can't come up, just can't be around the life that I want. What I want does not satisfy her. What were you just saying?
She's a child.
She's the yes. She's a child. So she's the child that's in me. The child that's in me that's trying to protect me. Okay? She thinks she's coming up to save me when she's not. All a child can do, a child can't protect.
Can we get real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes.
And she's been leading you your whole life.
My entire life.
She's been leading
my entire life since I was forever. I don't even know. I don't even know exactly when she started leading me, but this child in me has been leading me my entire life. Had me delusional about a lot of stuff.
Needing attention, wanting attention,
thinking things happened that didn't really happen the way that I would tell the story. Made the stories, twisted stories the way I wanted, and left out other things, or just didn't pay attention to the other things.
Like kids do.
Like, exactly. And then everything is about her.
I think we're giving them too much in this one video.
Too much?
Yeah, I think it's too much. I think we gotta make this
a
separate video.
So